Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 487 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Andrei, and he wrote, I'm working on the sight reading master course and I'm struggling with the 30-second notes. How do I count them? Very practical question, right, Aušra?
Yes.
What do you do with 30-second notes? Do you count them?
It depends on the piece. If I'm learning a piece by a contemporary composer, then yes, if the smallest note values are 30 seconds, then yes, I subdivide everything in 30 seconds until I'm learning the text.
If the music is not familiar and not easily predictable, right?
Yes.
Like Messiaen, you count in smallest note values.
That's right, there is no other way how to do it.
But flourishes in the art of fugue that my sight reading master course is based on might be well predictable, quite predictable. And I'm thinking whether Andrei has to even count them or not.
Well, I think the first thing is, to know math a little bit, to know how many notes are in another note value.
Mm-hmm.
For example, that you have to realize that in 1/8 note you have 2 16th notes,
Mm-hmm.
yes? And in 1/16 note you have 2 32nd notes.
Yeah, it always doubles.
So you really need to know how many notes is on that certain beat.
I'm not good at math, but this I understand.
So, and then you just really need to count. Well, what would you suggest? What would be the best note value to count in this particular example?
I wrote to Andrei to try counting in 8 notes.
I think that's a good advice.
And if it's still too many unclear notes, it means maybe he's playing not slow enough.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Right? So in 1/8 note you have 2 16 notes and 4 32nd notes. 4 32nd notes total in 1/8 note. Is it possible to play 4 notes without counting? Yeah, I would think so, yes. In 1/8 note. So, but then you have to really take it really slow. Maybe twice as slow as you are playing right now.
That's right. I think that wrong tempo might be a problem. Then, of course, later on, when you will master hard spots, you might play in a faster tempo, but not at the beginning, especially if you are struggling with some rhythmic issues.
Right.
And what do you think? Have you encountered that sometimes you tell your students that you need to count, and we are telling you, oh yes, I'm counting, but we can still not master it and still play incorrectly rhythmically.
What I do is I ask them to do this aloud,
Yes, I think that's
with their voice.
That's the best way to do it.
Because if they do this inside of their head, it might seem that they're counting correctly in a constant tempo, but you never know.
That's also what I'm doing with my students, when we are writing dictations, musical dictations. Especially in one voice, dictations, the rhythm might be quite hard. So if we cannot grasp it and count it, I'm forcing them to count loud.
So let's say inside reading master course there is tempo of cut time alla breve, right? Maybe 2/2 or 2 half notes per measure, right? But at the concert tempo you should count in half notes. But when you practice you could subdivide it in any way you want. So you could treat it as a 4/4 meter easily. 1, 2, 3, 4. But to tell you the truth, you could subdivide it in 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and count it slowly enough. If that's too fast, you could count in 16 notes also by adding 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and but I don't think you could even add additional syllable for 30 seconds. That would be like specially composed poem for counting. Maybe we should Google, how to count in 30 seconds, or even create a special poem. Maybe I could get creative with this and produce something. Do you have an idea?
Well, I don't know. I need to think about it. But anyway, if you would practice slower and count, I think everything should work out quite well. It all comes with experience.
1 E and it's like counting in 16 notes. So now if you wanted 30-second notes, you should add one additional syllable between each of the 16 notes. 1 E and would become, what would be a better syllable to fit here?
Could you do the same just in a faster tempo and it would work for 30 seconds?
1 yanda, 2 yanda. Yeah, you could. But you could do one beat, E beat, and beat, A beat, for example.
I couldn't do that. It's too complicated for me.
Or you could do really creative, and instead of beat you could add some organ term with one syllable. What is your favorite one syllable organ related term? Like flute, for example. One flute, E flute, and flute, A flute, for example.
I don't think I know many, one syllable organ terms.
You could twist your tongue and go to the doctor afterwards.
Maybe no.
Tongue doctor. Is there a doctor like that?
I don't think so. I think your tongue is working pretty well, so I don't think you need to worry about it.
Alright, guys, get creative, and if you really want to count in 30-second notes or 64th notes or 128 notes, I don't know, get wild. Alright, this was Vidas.
And Usha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching.
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.